What's up, everyone? Super excited to have you here today. I'm going to be talking to social media and marketing agency owners on how to get a high profit revenue boost. If you don't know who I am, my name is Carden, and I work with consultants, coaches, agency owners to really help them build a high-end business. So I help them really get premium clients so they can get to 7 figures with just a handful of clients. Because here's what happens in most social media companies and agencies and coaching companies is they are doing things the hard way. They are not playing at the top of their game. They haven't stepped into their full potential. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. Now, very quickly, if you're brand new, you don't have any clients, you don't have much going on, this isn't going to be a strategy that's probably going to be relevant to you yet, but it can be down the road as you gain more experience, as you learn more, and as you grow in your expertise. So, but if you have been in business for a long time and you're good at what you do and your company is good at what you do, then I want to talk to you about where you might be leaving some money on the table. So first of all, there are loads of ways to boost revenue. I can help anybody make money. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of business owners, coaches, entrepreneurs, over 60 different industries. I've never yet worked with someone that I couldn't help make money unless they just didn't do the work. But I can show anyone in a very short amount of time how to go make more money in their business and exactly how to go get it. And then it's up to them to take action. So making money is not hard. It's not hard at all. But that being said, you might be leaving a lot of money on the table in your business right now that you could be capturing. So one of the things that I do is I work with agency owners, social media owners, where I help them add in strategic advisory services. So becoming a consultant, instead of just the done for you stuff, now they actually get to work at a higher level with their clients and they can actually capture a lot more money, and it's very high profit. So recently, I have a client that I'm working with. You can see her testimonials on my website and all over. Did an interview with her. She was getting a few $1,000s per client. Now she has stepped into being a strategic advisor and a consultant, and she's getting $40,000 plus clients. And you can do this too. I have another client that wanted to add consulting after having me on her podcast and heard what I do. She said, I want to do that. And so we started working together, and within 60 days, she closed her first $52,000 client. She's got several other deals on the table, and this is all just additional revenue. These were clients she was already working with, delivering done for you services, and now she has just added a whole nother income stream that's very, very high profit to her business. And she's hoping that eventually this might even take over and she'll become a consultant and a strategic advisor. So here's what I want to talk to you about today. First of all, you are probably undervaluing what you really do bring to the table for your clients. See, I have spent, 40 plus years learning marketing, sales, business. I have 40 plus years experience in business, building multiple businesses for myself, selling multiple businesses. So I have like all of this expertise and all of this experience and knowledge, and I don't take that for granted anymore. I did for a long time, but I don't anymore because I learned that that's where the real value is. The value, look, there's a lot of people out there teaching people how to build businesses. There's a lot of people out there that are teaching people how to make more revenue and teach them the next latest, greatest strategy, right? And all of those things are good. Those are good things. But the real value comes, and my clients will tell you the same thing, the real value comes from my deep experience, the things that I know that most people can't give in a cookie cutter program, or they don't have that in-depth experience and knowledge. And so if you have that, I want you to right now realize there is a lot of money to be made in that. You have a lot of opportunity in that. I worked with a mindset coach, for example, and she was just giving away her value. And yet she has this incredible, massive experience that goes beyond what most mindset coaches have. And she was able to start getting $40,000 plus clients by making some shifts in her business. So my point being, are you undervaluing the experience and the knowledge and the wisdom that you have? And are you giving that away in your business right now? You might be giving it away. So a lot of times with social media marketing agencies and agency owners is they're trying to get the business for their stuff, right? They're trying to get the business for their done for you services. And so often they're doing strategy. They're a strategic advisor. They're giving advice to their clients all the time, ongoing. They're giving advice, but they're not charging for it. And so you're giving all of that away. And here's the other piece of it. You're now putting yourself in the same category as every other company out there. Like there's nothing that is really setting you apart from everyone else out there. And this is where people can start price shopping you because you're just another social media marketing agency or you're just another digital agency. But when you can come with more experience, more expertise, more value, more advice, more strategy, more knowledge, and you can come alongside the people that you're working with, and now you can become a partner for their success. You become a partner in what they are doing, and you're giving ongoing advice and support. That's where the big money is. That's where the big bucks are. You can still get the done for you business, but are you giving all of that away just assuming that it's just part of what you need to do to get the business? This is where you need to reframe your thinking, because I'm telling you, you're leaving a fortune on the table. It's why with one of my clients that I'm working with right now, it's why she was so easily able to go back to an existing client who was already paying her over $10,000 a month for the done for you stuff. She's a social media marketing agency, and she was able to close them on a $52,000 5-month deal for consulting. And they want to keep working with her. They're sure they're going to want to keep working with her after that 5-month initial package because they see the value in her. But here is the thing. She was giving that away. She was giving that advice away. It was just part of what she did and part of who she was. But now she's realized, oh my gosh, there's this whole nother revenue stream that I am literally just giving away. And so that's what I really want to talk to you about. Are you doing this in your business? See, when you bring in a new client and you map out strategy, but also very quickly, before I keep going, I do want to tell you about an upcoming workshop where I'm going to be showing people just like you how to implement these very, very high level coaching and consulting, strategic advisory services into their business. So you can go to Get and Close High Paying Clients. It's a 2-day free virtual event. We're in the room 2 hours a day, so it's 4 hours total. But we're going to strategize in your business. I'm going to show you how to implement this into your company. And it's a free virtual event. You do have to have an existing business. You do have to already be good at what you do, but you can go apply for that at getandclosehighpayingclients.com. And you can come to that free virtual event. So, okay, we're just going to go deeper into all of this that I'm talking about today. So go register for that. If it sounds like a good fit, you can check it all out on the page. Okay, so here's the thing. When you are talking to a client or a potential prospect, right? And you're going into all the things that they need to do and all the things that would help them get what they want in their business. And a lot of times you're taking all of that advice, all that advice that you're giving, and you might even be sitting there mapping out a strategy for them. Is this you? Are you doing this? Say yes. You're mapping out a strategy. Oh, you need to do this and you need to do this. And oh, then you need to do this and then you need to do this. Here's the thing. Are you charging for that? Are you charging for that? Because if you're not, you're missing opportunity. Now, that's the first piece. That's the first step to getting a revenue boost and to getting high profits from your advice, from your knowledge, your experience, everything that you know, your expertise. But then there's another piece that goes into this as well on the back end. So you have that initial engagement with them where you're mapping out the strategy, you're doing the whole process, and then on the back end, you can continue to advise them. You can continue to answer their, give them the strategy, give them the consulting, work with their teams, whatever that looks like for whoever you're working with. And I help people figure all these things out for their business. Now you've got ongoing recurring revenue for your advice, for your strategy. So now you actually elevate who you are as a company and you come alongside that person, and now you become a partner to their team. And so now you're a trusted advisor. You're a strategic partner. Do you see the difference? There's a difference. So it isn't just about getting that front end fee for strategy and for all that knowledge that you take for granted. You don't even realize the value that has. How many years did it take you to learn all of that? How much have you had to pour into getting good at what you do? Think about that. There is value in that, because if other people could do it, they would already be doing it, right? And so you have this expertise and this knowledge that other people, you just assume everybody knows how to do it. And so you completely undervalue that. And in your mind, you think that that's what it takes to land the client. And in reality, you're actually lowering your standard in your business, and you're actually lowering yourself to what everybody else in the market is doing instead of elevating your brand, elevating your expertise, and showing up as the best, showing up as an authority in the industry, because now you charge for things that you should be charging for. I'll give you another example. This is not in the marketing agency or social media realm, but I have a client who's been with me for years. She started out, she was a solo interior designer. Now she's built a company. But when I first started working with her, she was running around doing estimates, and she was actually like mapping out designs for these clients to try to land the business. And I said, look, they aren't even going to look at you as a professional because you're not charging for that. She was giving that away to try to land the client. Do you see? So there's a correlation here in what a lot of you guys are doing. And so I said, you need a design fee. You don't do all of that work. You don't give all of that work away. You can have the initial consultation, but then if they want any kind of design or any, like even to get into your head and let you show them what how you can help them, and the ideas that you have, your ideas are worth money. And she started charging design fees, and it added a lot of revenue to her business. But it also now elevated her brand and elevated her as a pro, as an expert, as really like top notch. Do you see the difference? And so in people's minds, when you're not charging for these things, it looks like you're fighting for the scraps. It looks like you're fighting for the business, like you're almost desperate. But when you show up and you say, sure, we can do an entire strategy for you. We'll map it out, and you show the value of that, and you show up as the expert, and you charge for that. And then you charge for for your advice that you're already probably giving away, thinking, oh, it's just part of it. No, it isn't. No, it is not. And that's why I wanted to get on here with you, because it's not part of it unless you just want to play in what everybody else is doing. So often, I can't even tell you, so many agency owners and consultants that I've worked with, they don't even really realize how they come across to clients because of how they're doing things, because they're doing things that everybody else is. Let's talk about proposals, for example. I've worked with people to help them eliminate proposals altogether and get rid of them and quit chasing clients, and have clients going, yes, we want to work with you. Yes, let's do it. And shorten that sales cycle and get those people even at higher fees. And the reason we were able to do that is because of the way they would show up, and they wouldn't play everybody else's game. They quit playing everybody else's game, and they started beating to their own drum. And that's what I'm talking about. When you set your company apart from everybody else out there, whoa, this is different. And if they say, well, so-and-so doesn't, this other company that we looked at doesn't charge to do that, then then you can say, well, we do, because we know the value. Like, that's where the real value comes from. Look, you can get any company to do social media marketing for you. They're a dime a dozen out there. But where the real wins come from, where the real value comes from, is when you have a company that knows what they're really truly doing to help you get business from that. See, there's a lot of people out there doing social media marketing services, no offense, but they're not really getting that greater results for their clients. And they're not really, a lot of times, they're just not really experts at what they're doing. And if you are, you've got a huge opportunity. You have a huge opportunity here. And if you are in a place where you're like, well, that's not me yet, maybe I'm newer. First of all, don't undervalue what you do know. But second, get better in that area, because that's where the real big money is. That's where the big bucks are. So think about it. If you could land your next client like you normally do, but now you could add another 50 grand or another 40 grand or 30 grand or whatever that is, or maybe even $100,000 to that client, do you see what a difference it would make in your business? So if you think about the done for you, you're kind of putting yourself in sort of like an employee role, like an extra pair of hands, right? And so if you think about it, an extra pair of hands is not where the big money is, right? You can only make so much money with that. And so then it's volume, right? Then it's like you need lots and lots and lots of clients. And it's kind of like if you think about a business, okay, you've got the owner up here, think about a McDonald's, all right? You've got all the team, you've got all the people that are on the assembly line and they're running the front and they're all making an hourly wage, right? And then the owner is probably making, actually, McDonald's, I think the owner makes about $130,000 a year. It's not as much as you would think. But however, the owner makes about $130,000 a year, right? But where the owner really makes money is when they have multiple McDonald's, when they have multiple franchises, right? Like that's now all of a sudden they have elevated themselves in the company, and they've also elevated themselves to other people. Like, whoa, they look bigger, they look better, right? That's what I'm talking about. And that's just an analogy I'm using. But my point being, it elevates you and it puts you in a completely different category. So are you doing this? Are you doing this in your business? So if you're not, you're missing this opportunity. And so all that advice that you're giving away on a monthly basis that you're not charging for to your clients, you're missing opportunity there. You're giving away your expertise. Because, and I used to do this too. I remember when I first came online and trying to learn all the online stuff. And I remember I was working with a coach and I said, but everybody knows that. Because I thought in my mind, well, everybody knows that. And he said, no, they don't. No, they don't. You are so close to it, you can't even see the value of it, right? And so this is exactly what I'm talking about. And I never knew that later I would be helping people obviously do this in their business so that they can make a lot more money. So just think about it. If you can add 30 or 40 or 50 or even an extra $10,000 to your business, that's almost all profit every time you bring in a new client. Or if you could even go back to clients that you have right now, just like my client that I just talked about did. She went back to an existing client and sold them another $52,000 package and they were services she was already giving them. She was already doing it. And she said, okay, I'm not going to give this away anymore. And so when I was on her podcast and I told her what I do, she's like, we got to talk. And so she didn't know how to put the pieces together, right? She didn't know all the ins and outs and the nuances and how to position it and all those things. And that's what I help people do. But she was able to go back and actually close that deal very quickly. Once we got everything in place, in fact, I think it happened in about 60 days. And once we got everything in place for her, it was really easy for her to go back and have a conversation. But it also elevated her to a completely new level now. And not only that, they now have referred her to some other companies for her consulting services, not her social media stuff, but for her consulting services. Because all of a sudden now they look at her in this higher capacity. They look at her in this higher level. So are you missing this opportunity in your business? Are you looking like everyone else out there? Are you doing what everyone else is doing? Because if you're doing what everyone else is doing in your business, then you're playing the shark-infested waters game. You're mainstream. There's nothing special about you. You haven't really owned the value that you bring to your clients. And you haven't, now I think about even my client that I work with that has the interior design. Well, now it's a firm, right? Now it's a whole company. But at the time when we first started doing it, she was nervous about it. She was nervous about charging those fees. But once she started doing that, and once she stepped into that, not only did it make her a lot of money and brought cash flow into her business, but all of a sudden she completely elevated her brand and her business, and she started getting the best jobs around. She started becoming known as like the luxury high-level brand. But if you're not charging this way, and if you're giving away your services in this way, you're missing this opportunity, and you're actually lowering. You have lowered really the way people see you, the perception, the positioning in your business. The positioning is the outside perception people have of you and your business and your brand. Is this making sense? So you want to elevate that positioning. It also will elevate the other side of your business, because now they're going to look at you as just more of a pro, more of an expert, more of an authority, and not just another pair of hands. So I cannot stress this enough. You're missing this opportunity if you have not done it. There's a lot of other ways that we could pick up money off the table, that you're leaving on the table in your business, multiple ways. I mean, I could just, it's endless, but I want to talk about this one in particular, because this one really, really good agency owners could do immediately. Like, you literally could implement this into your business today. So, are you doing this? I want to invite you to come to my workshop, Get and Close High Paying Clients. Look, I know it's 4 hours out of your time. I get it. And I know you're busy. But the thing is, you're already missing out on a lot of money. So it would be silly when I'm offering this workshop free for you to not come. And if you really truly can't make the workshop and it doesn't work, then just book a call with me and let's get this done in your business. Quit giving away your value. Start monetizing that, and just book a call with me at acarden.com or reach out to me on any of these social media channels. Inbox me. Let me know you saw this. Let me know you want to do this in your business, and we'll just have a conversation around what that looks like for you. So don't watch something like this and not take any action. It's crazy to do that when you've got this opportunity sitting there. And then here's the other thing. I do have people that go, great idea, great idea. It's not as easy as you think. It's taken me years and hundreds of people that I've worked with, and even doing it for myself, it's taken me years to learn how to do this effectively. And so if you think, oh, it's a great idea, I'll just go do it. It isn't that easy. There's a lot of moving parts to it. There's a lot of pieces to it. It isn't just about showing up and offering consulting or offering something else. There's a lot of other pieces to it that I'm not going into today, especially if you're going to get paid the big bucks. If you're going to get those extra $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 plus, it's not as easy as just saying, oh yeah, now we're offering consulting. So here's my call to action to you is take action. Either get into my free workshop, get into my free virtual event that's coming up here in a couple of weeks, or book a call with me and let's get this done. We can get this done almost immediately in your business. So the choice is yours. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear your thoughts. But look, you're every time you come to an event like this, somebody gives you a $50,000 a client, this is what you could be doing, and you don't take action. Well, that's what it's costing you in your business. That's what you're leaving on the table. So do something, right? Book a call talk to me, or get into my workshop. All right. I love you guys. I hope you found this valuable. Let me know your feedback. I want to know. Quit being treated like an extra pair of hands and an employee, and start stepping up and start getting paid for your expertise, for your brilliance, for the things that you take for granted, for the value that you truly can bring to your clients that you're giving away. You're missing out. I cannot stress it enough. So, all right. Love you. Have an amazing, wonderful day. God bless you. Bye-bye.